My big fat fabulous life star Whitney Thore needs to make changes in her life, or she might fail. The reality star's been known to make bad decisions, and some of her choices have had a negative impact on her future. In order to take control of her life, she'll have to step up and reevaluate her path. Whitney has quickly gone from inspirational to irritating on My Big Fat Fabulous Life. However, that doesn't mean that she's destined to keep repeating the same mistakes. In recent years, her errors have landed her in the hot seat. Now, it's time to take a look at 10 things that Whitney needs to change. When she makes these adjustments, she might be able to get her life back on track, on My Big Fat Fabulous Life and beyond. 10 My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to take accountability more often than not. Whitney finds reasons not to take accountability for her actions on My Big Fat Fabulous Life. This mindset hasn't only affected her relationships with the people closest to her, because it's also hurt her health and impacted her weight. Whitney's the only one who can change her life going forward, and if she doesn't realize that soon, she'll be stuck in the same rut. She'll keep looking for love, and trying to find her self-confidence. 9 My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to love herself. Whitney resonated with an audience long before My Big Fat Fabulous Life, due to her approach to life. She didn't let negativity or criticism get her down, and she continued to be herself, even when other people challenged her. Some haters have tried to tear her down. Somehow, she has lost that brave part of herself along the way. She seems more focused on her love life, and tying her future to another person. Her romantic pursuits have taken her away from her dreams and aspirations as a dancer. If she could focus on her passions again, everything else might fall into place. 8 My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to be honest. Unfortunately, Whitney's dishonesty has blown up in her face, especially in light of the truth behind her long-distance romance with the Frenchman. The My Big Fat Fabulous Life star took to Instagram to reveal how the pair met, with Whitney admitting that they didn't get acquainted on a language app, which was what she told people when they started dating 2 years ago. When she said they met on Tinder, it took her followers by surprise. They didn't appreciate her misleading and fabricated story. 7 My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney needs to appreciate her friends' family. Whitney's been lucky to have supportive family and friends by her side on My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Whether she was facing a heart-shattering breakup, or dealing with uncertainty about her career, her inner circle has never failed to be there when she needed them. Unfortunately, Whitney doesn't always show up for her friends and family in the same manner, which has taken a toll on her relationships over the years. Specifically, fans didn't like how Whitney talked to Babs Thore, treating her more like a child than an adult. The reality star needs to learn to appreciate her pals and relatives, and not take them for granted. 6 My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to believe in herself. Whitney needs to believe in herself with the same fervor that she did when My Big Fat Fabulous Life first started. She knew that the only thing holding her back was herself. However, after experiencing multiple heartbreaks and losing her mother, Barbara, she's lost her way. She has learned to rely on everyone around her for almost everything, from basic tasks like house cleaning to grocery shopping. When Whitney gets stuck in a rut, she tends to bury herself deeper by losing a lot of motivation. 5. My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to take her family friends' advice. Whitney's family and friends have only wanted the best for her, and that often comes in the form of advice on My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Although they have tried to lead her in the right direction and steer her away from disappointment and heartbreak, she doesn't always listen to what they have to say. They've also tried to help her embrace a healthier lifestyle by making better choices. However, she often sidesteps their good-intentioned help, doing whatever she wants. Unfortunately, this has caused trouble for Whitney throughout the My Big Fat Fabulous Life seasons. For My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to gain confidence again. Whitney's viral dancing video on YouTube is what got her attention before My Big Fat Fabulous Life. The confidence and respect that she had for herself was the successful ingredient that propelled her to stardom. Whitney didn't let her weight stand in her way, or dictate what she could or couldn't do. She took chances on the dance floor and beyond it. She quickly became an inspiration to women, and gave them the courage to be themselves. In recent years, Whitney has lost that zest for life. If she could regain that level of confidence, everything could completely turn around. 3. My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to put herself first. Recently, My Big Fat Fabulous Life star Whitney's gotten into the habit of putting her love life ahead of everything else. Although her relationships have looked like they had the potential to go the distance, none of them have worked out in the end. However, she is still dating her French beau, and according to her, they're as happy as ever. Despite this successful romance, she continues to put her partner's needs above her own. She is very focused on making her relationship work. If she could learn to put herself first, it would make a bigger difference in her life than she realizes. 2. My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to take control of her fitness company. Whitney was proud to launch her fitness company, No BS Active. Unfortunately, the big reveal of Whitney's app has fallen short with My Big Fat Fabulous Life fans. While she does have plenty of content in her library that has a variety of workout tutorials, they aren't live, and Whitney doesn't lead an athletic life on a full-time basis. If Whitney invested more time into her fitness company, she would gain more momentum, probably get a positive response. 1. My Big Fat Fabulous Life's Whitney Thore needs to give herself grace. Whitney has received a lot of criticism being in the public eye, and all of her choices have been on display for the world to see on My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Although she is prone to making decisions that won't necessarily benefit her future, she is continuing to learn from her mistakes. Hopefully, the reality star will give herself grace and try to do her best every day, but not expect perfection and pick herself back up when she fails. Sources: Whitney Thore, Instagram; Whitney Thore, YouTube.
Love in the modern world is fake when love was meant for joy too. When I find you, I realize that somehow we lie. Love in the modern world, it is fake when love was meant for